Are there any declarations of pecuniary interests? Sorry, seeing none. Are there any additions to the agenda? Seeing none. Presentations and deputations, there are none. Adoption of advisory committee meeting minutes. 4.1 Health and Social Services Advisory Committee, June 26, 2023. May I have a motion to approve the Haldeman Norfolk Health and Social Services Advisory meeting minutes from June 26, 2023 meeting? Thank you, Councillor Van Passen. Can I have a seconder? I think Councillor Linda was waving there. All in favor of this? Thank you. It's hard to see the other councillors, but I would hope that if they didn't agree, they would put their hand up. So all in favor? Yes, and it's carried. Thank you. Are there any updates on previous reports? I think General Manager Saeed.
Yes, to you, Madam Chair. So all the reports, they were presented to Council and Board of Health and they were approved.
Thank you very much. Consent items, are there any consent items? Seeing none. We have one closed item of the business today, and can I have a mover for the following motion? That committee enter closed session at 9:33 a.m. pursuant to section 2392 of the Municipal Act 2001 as amended, as the subject matter pertains to B, personal matters about an identifiable individual, including municipal or local board employees, D, labor relations or employee negotiations. The mover, please. Thank you, Councillor Linda. Seconder.
I'll second.
Okay, thank you very much, Councillor Duffy. All in favor of this motion?
Yes.
Carried, thank you. To the closed session.
What if there was a place just outside the hustle and bustle, where the beauty of nature was right at your doorstep, inviting you to join in the fun?
Good job, guys. Got it.
What if there was a place where the landscapes were as diverse as the bounty they produced? And the term field fresh was more than just a marketing ploy. It was a way of life. What if there was a place where history and heritage shared the stage with technology and innovation, and success happened without much fanfare, on back roads, nurtured by wise and hardworking people? What if there was a place as lush as an ancient garden that was, for centuries, a place to explore, live, and play? A place of promises and hope. A landscape filled with possibility. And what if this wasn't just a place to escape to, but a place you could settle into? What would you call such a place? Well, we call it Norfolk County.
Welcome to episode 6 of Passionate Folks. This is a vlog and video series about the people of Norfolk. We sit down, have a conversation, hear about their passion and what lights them up. I'm excited to introduce the next guest. Welcome to Passionate Folks. My name is Emily. I love to connect with people, having some conversation and learning about people's passion. Today I'm sitting here with Sue. Hey Sue.
Yeah, you bet.
I'm so glad that you took the time to come out and have a conversation with me.
Well, thanks for asking me.
Yeah, so for people that don't know you, can you start with introducing yourself, where you live, where you're from, and a little bit more about you?
Okay, sure. My name is Sue Downs. I live in Simcoe, born and raised here. And I work for the Simcoe Reformer newspaper and started there way back in 1988. So, and loved my job, loved Norfolk County, and was really pleased that Emily asked me to be part of this. I think.
So far, so good.
So far, so good. Yeah, so far, so good.
Great. So, as always, Sue, I ask a guest to pick a location so we can explore it and discover a hidden gem in Norfolk County. And this one is a little bit different. So, tell me where we are and why you brought me here.
So, we're at Norfolk County Fair. We're at the bottom of the Junior Farmers Building and here.
So, why do you pick the fair? What's so special about the fair to you?
I think for myself, Norfolk County Fair is like one of the largest events that happen in Norfolk County every year. It's always been near and dear to my heart. Like I think so many childhood memories. It's all about tradition. For us growing up, at my age, I've only missed one fair in all of my years, and that was when I was in Timmins. So I just love the fact that you can come to the fair. There's so much excitement. There's always lots of things to see and do. Like family would come home during Thanksgiving weekend, and I think that still happens today, right? Like it's all about tradition and all about community, which I feel like I'm pretty passionate about.
Yeah, so I was just going to ask you a little bit more about your passion. I see you a lot being involved in the community and supporting local businesses, and it seems like it's really important to you and close to your heart.
I like to promote local as much as possible. So whenever we go out for dinner, a lot of people will go, "Do you ever stay home?" Because you'll constantly see posts on social media, on Facebook or on Twitter, and it's like, we're at the Barrel, we're doing this, we're at Long Point Eco Adventure, we're,
It's so good that you're taking the time to promote those local businesses and support. And I remember when I started my business, you were one of the big supporter of sharing what I was doing. And I know a lot of people have felt the love that you give to entrepreneurs. So I want to thank you for that.
Well, you're welcome, but it does make you feel good, and it is important. I feel that, if we can, support each other as much as possible, like it's again, it's all about giving back.
So Norfolk County and specifically Simcoe has changed quite a lot. We are moving in a different direction in our county. So from you like growing up in Simcoe and in the downtown, and what's happening around now, like what's the highlights for you?
Okay, well, the highlight growing up was always, going downtown on the weekend. People that are watching this that are my age would remember you used to be able to go to the Tartan restaurant and Woolworths and different places down there. But I think a lot of the exciting thing that I see now is a lot of the collaborations that are happening within Norfolk County. And one that stands out is, Burning Kiln and then Long Point Eco. And then along came, my buddy Dusty and the guys from Hometown Brew. And then now Joy Cafe out there. So it's really cool to see a lot of the business people working with each other and stuff like that too. So that sort of stuff.
You don't have to go too far. You show up there and everything that you love is right there.
It's like a lot of renewed, it just seems like a lot of positive things are happening within our community, and it's really good to see.
So I know you have a pretty high stress job. So maybe tell me a little bit more about what you do to relax, calm down, and look after yourself?
Okay, well, I do like to garden. I find that, if you're kind of stressful, and it's a stressful day, you get out there and take it out on all the weeds in your garden. I also like to, walk along the trail from Davis Street and then head out along the 14th or whatever.
Okay.
And you can, it's heading right towards Waterford, so you can actually walk from there right into Waterford. I've got a dog that keeps me pretty busy, and then a group of really good friends that we are going out with each other all the time and stuff like that.
I know you have a lot of favorite spots in Norfolk, so we already named a few, but if you have a day off and you want to explore Norfolk County, is there one specific place that you actually love to visit that you feel just at home?
I would say for myself, it depends on the day. So if it's just something that I want to go and do a walk or whatever, it would be my trail on the 14th, because it is kind of private. There's not, you do run into a lot of the same people and stuff like that. I also like going down to Dover, and I'll sit at the cafe and kind of look around there.
You can watch a little bit?
Yeah, that sort of stuff, and then even take off and go to the pier. Actually, my mom has a bench there for my grandfather, who was a fisherman down in Port Dover as well too. So it's kind of nice.
Memorial benches.
Yeah.
Very cool. It sounds like pretty much everything you need is right here.
Why should I go out of town? Why do I need to go out of town? Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff here that right in Norfolk that we need. Use, yeah.
I love to hear your passion for Norfolk and how well you support the local businesses, and just I see you at fundraiser and you're always involved in your group of friends and supporting whatever is happening in the county. So we need more of you, Sue, in Norfolk. So thank you so much for joining me today, and I think this little chat, I'd love to get to know you better and hear more about your passions.
Well, thanks very much for allowing me the opportunity. It was great. Thank you.
Soon after, members of council and I took our seats right here in council chambers last November, we began to plan the direction we'd like to see Norfolk County take over the next 4 years and beyond. A direction that builds on our strengths and sets a strong foundation in place for future generations. We looked outward to the people of Norfolk for input. We listened to you, the valued members of our community, from our sandy lake shores, our vibrant downtowns, our picturesque countryside, and our bountiful farmland. We engaged leaders from local businesses and community agencies. We gathered ideas from our team across the county. Based on what we've heard, we created Our Future Norfolk, a set of priorities that focuses on 5 key areas: empowering Norfolk, building Norfolk, connecting Norfolk, serving Norfolk, and sustaining Norfolk. These priorities, along with the initiatives and activities that drive them, will guide council and staff as we work together to serve you and all of the members of our community over the next 4 years. On behalf of Norfolk County Council and staff, we invite you to check out our website at norfolkcounty.ca/Our Future Norfolk and return frequently to learn more about our path to a vibrant and strong future for all of us, now and in the years to come.
Ride Norfolk is making it easier to get around Norfolk County. You can now book your ride by downloading the free Blaze Transit app on Google Play or the App Store on your iPhone. To get started, create an account and select Ride Norfolk as the transit operator. Select your location and your departure or arrival time. Make sure to check the schedule beforehand so your trip will be accepted. Trips can be booked 45 minutes to 7 days in advance. Pay for your trip using debit or credit in the Blaze Transit app. You can also book online at ride.blazetransit.com or by contacting Ride Norfolk customer service. For more information, visit norfolkcounty.ca/Ride Norfolk app or call our office at 519-428-3178. Ride Norfolk is going your way.
I am Tom Pursley. I work at Titan Trailers. I manage the shop and design, build, program robot cells on the floor to hand off to operators to build trailer components and assemblies. I knew I always wanted to work with my hands growing up as a kid. I never wanted to be stuck behind an office doing paperwork for the rest of my life, and it really interests me to build something and see the final result when you're done.
My name's Angela Simon and I work for Annex Business Media. We are a trade magazine publisher. We produce 65 trade magazines for a diverse industries, so everything from aviation to firefighting to design engineering, manure. We have a very diverse set of magazines that we produce. I'm the production manager and I oversee the creative department in 2 divisions in Simcoe and in Toronto. We have 14 designers that lay out and design the magazines. When I started in this industry probably 26 years ago, everything was hand done. Now everything's so automated, done on the computers, and that's probably been the biggest change for me.
My name's Phil Wiersma and I work for Rasson Services. We're an industrial contracting company, so we do some custom fabrication and mechanical and electrical installations and repairs. We've built large pump skids for the oil sands out west. We've done some major factory overhauls and expansions. We do some fairly large jobs for a fairly small company. I've always liked to take things apart and put them back together, and so this is just another stepping stone.
My name is John Brock Picard. I'm 20 years old and I work at Ramblin' Road Brewery Farm. Here we make 8 different kinds of Picard's Extreme kettle chips. It's all on one line. The potatoes come in from the farm and we put them in through the hopper. They get cleaned and they go through a grading table where I inspect them and cut off all the rotten spots, pick out the bad ones. And then they go through up to the cutter. They're cut into kettle chip size and they're fried and salted. I guess the best part about my job would be the sampling. When the fresh potato chips come off the line, nothing beats them.
I think young people should be strongly considering a career in manufacturing. Skilled trades, there's always going to be a large demand for that, and they're high-paying jobs. The actual job is getting better as the new technologies come into play.
The skills you need to do my job would be definitely graphic design, computer skill. If you have any kind of video or inclination to do video or any of that kind of stuff, or web design, that's also a huge asset for what we do.
I would say if you like to take things apart and put things back together, or build things from scratch, or if you have even a creative mind, manufacturing is a good way to go.
Welcome to Passionate Folks, a vlog and video series about the people of Norfolk. People that are involved in our community, people that bring a lot of energy. So this is about a conversation, this is about their story. So welcome to episode 3. Welcome to Passionate Folks. I'm Emily. I love to dig in people's lives, ask questions, and learn about people's passion. Today I'm here with Adam. Hi, Adam.
Hi, how are you doing, Emily?
Great. I'm happy that you're here, taking the time to sit down with me today. So I've known you for a little bit, small community, but people that don't know you. Tell me a little bit more about yourself.
So my name's Adam Van Passen. I grew up here in Norfolk County. I was born onto a farm and I got to work on that farm growing up, which was a great learning experience. From a young age, I got to understand what hard work was and what it was to be close to nature. So that was very cool for me. Growing up like that, my dad also was a counselor for Haldeman, Norfolk, and he had a big part in shaping what is today Norfolk County. So I got to see that, and watching him and experiencing him work through that really sparked an interest in me for the county and what it could become.
Great. So not like the typical kids. We hear most high schoolers like just ready to get out of their hometowns and go explore the city and something else, and it doesn't sound like that's your story.
Not at all. I heard a lot of kids saying that they wanted to move on to bigger, better things, and I just really didn't have that feeling. I always thought the biggest, best things were here in Norfolk to start.
So I asked you to pick a location today, and you bring me to a place that I don't know very well in Norfolk. Yeah. So tell me about where we are and why you picked it.
This is a very cool spot. I know a lot of people drive by it, maybe on their way to Long Point or into Port Rowan, but this is Boose Harbor. So I grew up on Moose Harbor. My best friend, his family owned this place. So I grew up here hanging out, relaxing, boating, going out fishing, going out hunting. I worked here for a while. I did some volunteer work for the Shriners Club here, doing some chicken barbecues. So I really got to experience Norfolk and how community comes together. There's a lot of people that take up their summer residence here in trailers, and it's very cool to see all these people that are coming from other places in Ontario to enjoy what Norfolk has to offer. So it's just very cool to see that and experience it. One very cool fact about this place is that Moose Harbor has the largest amount of indoor boat storage on boathouses for all of the world.
The world?
Yes.
Wow, that is crazy. This little place.
Yes, absolutely.
Very cool. Something to be proud of.
I would absolutely say so.
So we've been talking about nature. I know you spend lots of time outside. You bring me to a boating place where you like to fish and spend time. So tell me about your passion. Obviously there's a connection somewhere there.
Yes, absolutely. Especially recently with everything that I've been seeing happen in the world, I'm very passionate about the earth. So I want the earth to be a good place. I want Norfolk County to be a good place. Everything that I love about Norfolk has to do with outside, has to do with nature, has to do with clean water, clean air, fresh trees, everything. So I just really think it's important to take care of everything that we have here in Norfolk County, and it's not an easy thing to do. So
no. We all have to start and do our part. That's the thing, right?
Absolutely, and I'm doing my best, but it does get very difficult. It's easy to make the change, it's just hard to start.
So we were talking earlier about, doing things around Norfolk and visiting places. I know you're a busy guy, like you work, you're a volunteer firefighter. So what do you do to de-stress and relax?
I would say my number one most favorite thing to do to de-stress would be to just get out on Lake Erie. Whether that's ice fishing, boating, swimming, relaxing. It's just such an amazing place. As soon as you get out on Lake Erie and you get away from shore a little bit, you just come out to this different zone.
Other than this place, like where else do you like to visit in Norfolk County? Where else? What's one of your other favorite spots?
So I would say that my favorite spots in Norfolk County would have to be broken into two categories. One is nature, being Lake Erie, boating, all of that kind of fun outdoor stuff. And I also like Norfolk's bounty. Before, maybe you had to go out to a place far away to enjoy all of this beer, wine, food, amazing service, but now we can just go out the back door, and before I can drive for 10 minutes, I found something that I can go to locally that's amazing.
Couple winery on the way here.
Yeah, it has passionate folks in it doing things. Like, it's just great. All around here, there's so many amazing things you can do, and it's just growing, so I love seeing that.
I thank you so much for your time. I love your connection with nature and what you want to do as far as your passion with the environment. I'm in line. We need to come together for this to happen, so hopefully we can inspire a few people with this little conversation here. So
Absolutely.
Thanks, Adam.
Cool. Thank you very much.
We'll
for
see
your
you
time.
soon.
Yeah.
Welcome to episode 7 of Passionate Folks. This is a blog and video series about the people who live right here in Norfolk. I sit down with them, have a conversation, ask them about their stories, their passions. I'm excited to present the next guest. Welcome to Passionate Folks. I'm Emily. I love to ask questions and get to know people better. Today I'm here with Dan. Hey, Dan.
Hey there, how are you?
Great.
Excellent.
Might be you stop by for coffee?
Yeah, well, nice of you to have me. I'm really delighted.
So we already had a good chat, but for people that don't know you, can you tell us a little bit more about you, where you live, and what you do?
Yeah. My name's Dan Fewings, and I was a Simcoe boy, an SCS grad growing up from 0 to 8.
I think Councillor Vandendish is trying to join. I'll go back to the closed session because it's I'm getting invitation from her to join the closed session, and I'll be back. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Simon.
You're welcome.
Okay, I think it's just Councillor Metcalf that I do not see. Well, I think we'll begin, and hopefully Councillor Metcalf will join us shortly. So may I have a motion to receive H&SS 230545, program update, COVID-19 response and vaccination funding 2024 as information. The mover, thank you, Councillor Duthie. Seconder. Thank you, Councillor.
Chair
Thank you.
Bentley, I think first we need the motion to return to open session.
Oh, sorry. I thought I had said that earlier. Okay, so may I have a motion to reconvene in open session at 9:59 a.m.
I will move that.
Thank you, Councillor Van Passen, seconded by Councillor Duthie. All in favor of this motion? Carried. Thank you. May I have a motion to receive H&SS 23045 program update, COVID-19 response and vaccination funding 2024 as information? Thank you, Councillor Duthie, seconded by Councillor Van Passen. All in favor? Carried. Thank you. Staff reports. 8.1 COVID-19 funding 2024 H&SS 23046. May I have a motion to receive the H&SS 23046 COVID-19 funding 2024 report as information? Thank you, Councillor Van Passen, seconded by Councillor Duthie. All in favor of that? Carried. Thank you. Subcommittee reports. None?
No.
Communication 10.1 Alpha Letter, the 2023 review of the Child, Youth and Family Services Act 2017, Healthy Babies, Healthy Children.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So this is for your information that Alpha wrote a letter to Minister of Children and Youth Service to enhance funding for Healthy Babies, Healthy Children program.
Mm-hmm. That's a wonderful program. I hope they continue funding that. Thank you. Other business? Oh, Councillor Duffy, go ahead.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just if I may, while we're discussing Alpha there, Syed, has there been any communication with or from Alpha related to the previous item?
No, Madam Chair, none.
And thank you for that. Is there any way that we can sort of prod that along a little bit, or strongly encourage that there is discussion at that level, and that letters be sent from through and from Alpha?
Yeah, definitely. If that's the direction, we can do that. And as part of recommendation of this open session report is to write a letter to the Minister of Health, and definitely we can include Alpha as well.
Thank you, Madam Chair. If I may just add then, and I appreciate that we've already passed the previous report, but I'm wondering if there is, I would look to Councillor Van Passen, he's certainly more aware of how the rules work, but if we could provide direction to staff to send that to all municipalities and Alpha also. I don't know how that process would work.
Yeah, I think
As we've already passed the motion, so I'm not
we've
sure.
already passed that motion, so maybe I was going through it too fast. We have maybe some direction to see if we could go back and ask that, please.
Well,
And
if we're in the if we're in the other business, could it just be a standalone motion, I wonder?
I think so.
okay, so under other business, we'll ask that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think maybe if under other business, Councillor Duffy, if you tied together the Alpha and all other municipalities and make that request that they all support advocacy on behalf of the COVID funding for 2024. That would give you a reasonable tie into both of the issues, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll move along then, and we'll discuss that at that point. Thank you. So we've discussed the Alpha letter. Any other discussion on the Alpha letter from anybody else? Okay. Other business. The floor is yours, Councillor Duffy.
I'm furiously typing to get my words right, but it's probably I'll just string it along, and hopefully whoever is recording can do their best to put it together in such a way that makes sense. But I would sort of move a motion that says that hang on, and I'm going to go back to the other window. That the staff report and letter contained within H&SS 23046 regarding the advocacy to the Minister of Health about the continuation of COVID funding for the year 2024 be shared with Alpha and all other Ontario municipalities, and that we request their support on that item.
Could we get a mover then, please, for that motion?
I'll move. I need a seconder.
A seconder?
If I could just
Councillor.
ask one question first, because sometimes I forget which hats we wear. Is that to municipalities and also the boards of health, which maybe look at Syed, which hat are we wearing when this funding comes through? Is that for the Board of Health or for the municipalities?
To you, Councillor Van Passen, I would suggest Boards of Health, Alpha, and COMO, that's the Council of Medical Officer of Health. So that will cover all the municipalities in Ontario.
I like what he said.
I think it goes through the Board of Health. It's still municipalities that pay for it, right?
Yeah. Thanks for that, Councillor Van Passen.
Okay. I will second that as well.
Okay, thank you. All in favor? Carried. Thank you. Well, our next meeting is Monday, September the 25th at 2023. May I have a motion to adjourn at 10:06 a.m.? Have a mover, please, for adjournment. Thank you, Councillor Van Passen. Seconded by Councillor Duffy. All in favor of adjournment? Carried. Thank you.